the Bluetti AC50B. This is the newest addition to the AC line. Although small, this does pack a punch with up to 580 watts turbocharging through the AC. It's got a 700 watt pure sine wave inverter, two USB 60 watt C ports, many other features. Perfect for camping, emergencies, weekends out, or even daily use. I do use my older product every day for daily use. Stick around, I'm going to show you the features, the stats. Let's get into it. Brand new release from Bluetti, the AC50B. So at the front of the Bluetti AC50B, we have the input port. This is the PV input or the DC input. XT60 connection with a voltage range of 12 to 28 volts, 8.5 amp hours or 200 watts. This is where you charge your unit with solar power, anywhere up to 200 watts. Just below that you've got your DC output, standard cigarette lighter port, that is 12 volt and 10 amps. And then continuing on to the DC output side, we have two USB-C 65 watt rated ports. I like the fact that they've now got two USB-C ports because pretty much everything now is going towards USB-C. So it's good they thought ahead and they've put two USB-C ports here. We still have a USB-A port at 15 watts for your older USB-A devices. On the right hand side we've got our AC output, 230 volts, 700 watt pure sine wave inverter with 1000 watts of powerlifting. We can access that through the app. I'll show you that later on in the video, but this is the Australian New Zealand standard socket. Just have the one port here. On the side of this unit we've got the AC input port, which supports turbocharging up to 80% charge in under 45 minutes. Also we've got a ground port here as well. And at the back we've got our lifting grab handle here. This unit's around 15 pounds, reasonably light, very portable. Zooming in here, we've got specifications, very handy to have on the back. I actually like this, so you don't have to pull out the manual. You can quickly glance over the stats of this unit. Yeah, I like that. I think that's a good feature. This unit does have a capacity of 448 watt hours. The battery voltage is 22.4 volts or 20 amp hours battery. It is a lithium iron phosphate LFP battery. It's good for 3000 cycles plus, so good. You probably get a good 10 years out of these batteries. Very simple to use. Press and hold the power button, turns on the LCD screen. You can see you got the input side there, state of charge and the estimated run time in hours, and then you've got the output as well on the right hand side, and the unit is running at 50 Hertz, and as you can see it's on eco mode. We can change all that in the app, Bluetti app, so we'll check that out later on in the video. To turn on the DC output, simple press, you'll see the DC symbol come up on the screen, and to turn on the AC, simple press, you'll see the AC symbol come up on the LCD screen. You also hear a little click and tells you that the AC output is on. We have some extra goodies here, guys, that came with the unit. Got a user manual, we got your warranty card here, We also have the AC charge cable. We have the XT60 to the MC4 connectors here to plug into your solar panels, which is good. We also have XT60 to your cigarette port adapter. You can charge your Bluetti while driving in your car. And this looks like here, this looks like your ground screw for your ground port. It's good that they've included this in the package. Bluetti has sent me this unit to review, as this is a new edition and it's going to launch soon. So they've sent me this to review for you guys. I will provide links in my description if you wanted to have a look at this unit and purchase it. This is just a small example of what you can power while you're out on your adventures. We got 12 volt kettles. This is a 12 volt rice cooker. Obviously you can charge your torches, keep them all topped up while you're away camping. Phones, power packs, very important. Keep your speakers running. You don't want to be running out of power on the second night with no music. Obviously we have this 700 watt kettle. We've seen use this, so that's pushing the limits of the 700 watt inverter. This does have a power lifting mode as well, so we can lift that up to 1000 watts for induction loads. Obviously it can run small TVs, fans, small fridges, lights as well. So this tiny little unit can pack a punch. It can run it can run a heap of things. And if you're running solar and charging this during the day as well, up to 200 watts, that will greatly extend your usage while you're out camping. Right, let's check out this app. Next. Offline mode. That's very good to know that we can do offline mode. Okay, notice available devices come up straight away. Click on that. And just like that, we are on. Very nice. You can see at the top here, this is your PV, your solar panel voltage. That was connected. You'll see that going into the battery. This is your grid, so if you're plugging it into your AC charge, you'll see that going into the battery. State of charge there, 44%. We're using 12 watts into the DC to charge this phone we're using now, which is pretty cool. And that's your AC. And then from this app, we can turn the DC on and off, which is cool. Very good. Turn the DC back on. This little symbol up here, click on that. This is the first time me using it as well, so we're learning together, guys. You got your standard mode here for charging. Looks like you got standard, silent, and turbo. We'll keep that on standard. This is your powerlifting, so if you wanted to power something a little bit more than 700 watts up to 1000 watts, you can turn your powerlifting on. This is good for more induction loads like heaters, electric sort of blankets and stuff like that. Eco mode, got your AC eco mode, so you can set your parameters for your eco mode. That basically anything under 10 watts or no use for 4 hours, the unit will turn itself off. Same with similar thing with your DC eco side. Anything under 5 watts, you can set that as well. Or inactivity, there's no action for over 4 hours or 1 hour, whatever you want to choose, then the unit will turn off, basically to conserve its battery power. Being such a small unit, it wants to try to be as efficient as possible to give you the most run time while you're out there adventuring. auto sleep. I think that must be for the screen, most possibly. And then advanced settings, you don't really want to touch that. This should be all set up for your area. This is set up for 50 Hertz. So yeah, you don't really want to touch that. Back out to the start. This also has a UPS, uninterruptible power supply, with a switching of under 20 milliseconds, so you can run your sensitive items, laptops, whatnot. If the power does go out, then this unit will switch onto its own power. For such a small unit, it is absolutely jam-packed full of features. We have the AC plugged into this now. As you can see, 580 watts, and yeah, saying 0.4 of an hour to charge. From the stats, it says we can get from 0 to 80% charge on turbo mode in around 45 minutes, which is really impressive for such a small unit. That's cranking away nicely. One thing I would like on this unit to make this a perfect small portable unit is if it had a little light or something, like the EB55 has a light on the back. It would be nice if this unit here had a light, just really complete this system. One solution for the light issue is maybe purchasing a little USB light. This is one for example. You can get round ones or whatever, and you can just simply plug that in. It'll give you a little bit of flexible light at night time. Just a quick little fix for the lack of light, so no real big issue at all. It's probably the reason why they didn't worry about a light is because you can just get 12 volt lights or plug in an AC light or whatever. So, but yeah, a quick little fix is to just get a little USB light, something like that. Alright, we're solar charging now. I do have a 34 volt panel, two 200 watt panels up on my roof, which is equal to 500 watts. In reality, it's only puts out about 300 watts, but I use these converters to get close to the voltage that we need, the 28 volts for this unit. So as you can see here, we've got 24.32 volts, and we're putting in 166 watts from solar. If we look at here, we're looking at 157, which is not too bad for your efficiency loss. Do have this 12 volt candle here that we're going to turn on. We've just reached 100%, so the panels have stopped putting in charge, which is a good sign. I'm going to remotely turn on the DC. As you can see, lights on the kettle. We're now drawing 125 watts going into this kettle, which is good. I've evolved, so got this 700 watt kettle as well connected up, so I'm going to turn that on. We're going to do a pretty decent test on this now. AC is just switched on. We'll turn the kettle on. Red light. And as you can see, we're pulling over 828 watts. And the PV has just started to pick back up again. This is all working perfect, as it should. I may turn on the grid power here in a second and see what happens with that. I'll let the battery draw down a little bit first, but this is running as it should. Alright, we're at 95% capacity. I'm going to put on the grid. Alright, we're getting 1000 watts input and we're drawing 848 watts output. So I believe that because we're getting over the charging voltage, it's probably pass through, so the grid is passing through into the AC side. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking, subscribing to the channel. Also, if you're interested in the Bluetti AC50B, check out the links below for the latest pricing and offers.